It is very popular these days for pet owners to stray away from feeding kibble in favor of fresher foods. Raw and gently cooked foods are becoming more readily available in pet food stores and even in big box grocery stores. This month, we want to encourage you to branch out from your standard kibble and try a fresh food for your pet. This doesn't mean you have to start a whole new meal plan. It can even mean adding some raw toppers, bone broth, or raw goat milk to the meal you already feed. Studies have shown that even just 20% raw in your pet's food bowl can have significant benefits. Approximately 94% of US dog owners fed kibble consistently over the past decade, but kibble is not biologically appropriate. Primal Pet Foods defines biologically appropriate as the specific combination of foods that is both most appropriate and most beneficial for your pet's species.
Kibble's definitely not bad for your pet. I think that over time, if you're feeding just solely kibble, it can have some disadvantages just because it will be lacking like some live nutrition that pets really do need to thrive. Like adding in a raw milk will offer some digestive enzymes which will ultimately help them to break down the kibble more so they're able to benefit from some ingredients in there more. I would say that kibble is definitely not ideal for our cats just because it is a very processed option. Kibble was definitely designed with the consumer convenience in mind, not with the health of our pets in mind.
So what are the benefits of adding fresh food to your pet's diet? The better the diet, the longer the lifespan, just like with humans.
There's really so many benefits of adding in fresh foods to our pets' diets. Just for example, like assisting in dental health, digestion, skin and coat health, overall weight, energy, vitality.
Fresh, biologically appropriate diets can help prevent some types of cancer, can treat or circumvent diabetes by avoiding sugars and starches, and can treat and prevent lots of common diseases, stomach and skin issues. Fresh foods also help the body work better. When your pet eats a food that isn't biologically appropriate, the body has to borrow metabolic enzymes to help break down the food and get the nutrients from it. The bioavailability of kibble is not ideal, meaning the nutrients that can be absorbed and used are limited.
But I do not think kibble is a bad option if you just start with that and try to build from there by adding like fresh toppers in, raw milk, bone broth. Any of that can definitely enhance the bowl and even help your pet be able to digest and use their kibble.
We see a lot of pet owners coming in and telling us about their pets' allergy issues. The most common pet allergies include pesticides, grains, fruits, and veggies. The high sourcing standards of raw foods mean you avoid the first two entirely and can control which fruits and veggies your pet gets. Most raw foods are also limited ingredient, which makes it easy to avoid allergens. But the most common allergy isn't actually an allergy at all. It's a yeast overgrowth in the gut, which can display allergy symptoms like itchy, smelly skin. The solution is to starve out the yeast, reduce carbs and sugars, and introduce diverse living probiotics to outcompete it. Raw goat milk is a great way to do this. Feeding raw, fresh foods is also more sustainable. Raw food companies are generally committed to regenerative farming practices, which actually sequesters carbon, making it carbon negative and improving the ecology in the area. Quality food requires that the animals are allowed to live and eat biologically appropriately for the best quality of life. There are nutritional benefits to this. Animals that get sun have much higher vitamin D and other micronutrients, and grass-fed animals have more balanced levels of omega-3s and 6s. So how can I practically add raw food to my pet's diet?
Adding fresh foods into your pet's diet does not have to be complicated. We have many different options that make it really easy for the consumer to use. For example, we've got like bone broths, different raw milks that you basically just defrost, keep in your fridge, and just pour on top of their meals.
At Long Dog Fat Cat, our goal is to give you the knowledge and tools for you to make the best nutritional decisions for your pet, because we know how important they are to our families. Feeding fresh does not have to be scary and expensive. Start small, do lots of research, and always consult with your vets. Thanks so much for watching.